That's right. President Trump will be meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un by May. That announcement was made by South Korea's national security chief in Washington upon President Trump's request. Our chief Blue House correspondent Moon Connyoung reports.
One historic breakthrough after another. North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has invited President Trump to meet for negotiations over its nuclear program, and U.S. President Donald Trump has not only accepted it, but said, let's do it by May. The stunning announcement was made by South Korean President Moon Jae-in's national security advisor Chung Eui-yong in Washington to discuss the outcome of a rare visit to Pyongyang by Seoul's presidential envoys earlier this week.
He expressed his eagerness to meet President Trump as soon as possible. President Trump appreciated the briefing and said he would meet Kim Jong-un by May to achieve permanent denuclearization.
The U.S. president's acceptance came after the South Korean official relayed Kim's pledge to refrain from further nuclear tests and move towards denuclearization.
I told President Trump that in our meeting, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un said he is committed to denuclearization. Kim pledged that North Korea will refrain from any further nuclear or missile tests. He understands that the routine joint military exercises between the Republic of Korea and the United States must continue.
White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders confirmed the news, saying Mr. Trump would accept the invitation to meet Mr. Kim at a place and time to be determined. That was almost immediately followed by a tweet by President Donald Trump. He said North Korea's Kim Jong-un had talked about denuclearization with the South Korean representatives, not just a freeze, that a meeting is being planned, but sanctions would remain in place for the time being. The meeting, if it does take place, would make Trump the first sitting U.S. president to meet with his North Korean counterpart, a stunning diplomatic breakthrough with uncertain consequences. South Korean President Moon Jae-in hailed the agreement.
President Moon Jae-in said the two leaders' meeting, in addition to the Inter-Korean Summit in late April, would place complete denuclearization of the Korean peninsula right on track, adding the May meeting will go down in history as a milestone to achieving peace on the Korean peninsula.
Experts in South Korea and the U.S. say the never-before-seen level of speed and development in Seoul, Washington, Pyongyang ties can largely be credited to the type of leaderships in place in all three states. Regarding today's decision, a senior U.S. official said that it made sense to accept the invite to meet the one person who can actually make the decisions instead of continuing with the long slog of the past, a sentiment shared by South Korean President Moon Jae-in. Moon Connyoung, Arirang News, the Blue House.